Now from the 12 News I-Team, a company that sold health insurance plans to retired firefighters and police officers is now accused of defrauding these first responders in a federal lawsuit. Multiple families told the I-Team's Katie Wilcox they're facing huge medical bills and now have nowhere to turn. They asked the I-Team for help.
Thin Blue Line says their job is to back the blue, but now they're accused of leaving firefighters and retired police officers on the hook for thousands in unpaid medical bills.
Well, that's him.
Susan Huff is a firefighter's daughter,
My dad,
a firefighter's sister,
brother's the far left,
a firefighter's mother,
and my son Jake.
and a firefighter's
My husband,
very proud.
not going to be happy with me showing you this, but
Why?
he got Firefighter of the Year.
Her father, brother, husband, and one of her sons have all served for the Phoenix Fire Department. They're just 4 among thousands who put their lives at risk every day.
I remember him sitting at the table and he was telling me about this fire he was in, and I saw the burn marks on him, and I looked at him and I said, "Do you realize how much we need you?" You know?
In 2017, her husband Mark retired.
My husband was ready to retire because I think he had like 38 years on the job.
Still, he was too young to qualify for Medicare. And options for health insurance are expensive.
A lot of firemen that have to go and work on the side after they retired just for the insurance.
And that's why in 2020, a woman named Anna Reed launched Thin Blue Line Benefits to provide lower cost insurance to first responders under the age of 65.
How many of you are under 65?
Sometimes getting referrals from locals.
I myself am personally enrolled in the Thin Blue Line Value Plan.
But Thin Blue Line isn't a traditional insurance company. It's an association health plan, partnered with Quilt Benefits to process claims and Cigna for member benefits. Or it was, until December, when those partners cut ties, sending a letter to members saying they canceled their contracts because Thin Blue Line was failing to pay claims.
What we paid was $40,000.
Last fall, Susan's daughter needed a surgery.
We had to take money out of our retirement to pay for it, thinking we were going to get reimbursed within a few months. And then after the calling and it was like, this is so bizarre. I've never had anything like this happen before.
Quilt and Cigna wouldn't answer my questions about how many people had unpaid claims or how much money this all cost. But the complaints online were mounting.
You know, I found that there was a lawsuit.
In federal court, Reed sued her partner, Matthew Clay, claiming a breach of contract when Clay tried to leave the company. But Clay shot back, saying he's also a retired police officer and learned the company wasn't paying his medical bills.
So there have been instances where this has been exploited, and it can be a murky area for insurance regulators, right?
Sarah Leek works for the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, a nonprofit, nonpartisan research company that's raised red flags on association health plans before.
It was hard to know in some cases who's regulating these. And if I'm a consumer enrolled in those plans and I find something's wrong, it could be confusing and difficult to know who is the cop on the beat, who is the person I'm supposed to call to help me figure out the problem that I'm having.
The Arizona Department of Insurance and Financial Institutions says Thin Blue Line is not licensed in Arizona. Reed and her attorneys did not respond to my multiple calls, texts, and emails, but have told members in an email that all claims will be paid correctly.
I hope that they're able to get the funds to pay people what they owe them.
Leaving members and their families to wait
Within a few months.
and hope.
It just remains to be seen.
So what can you do if you're worried about your medical bills being paid? Well, you should talk to your doctor and make sure those things don't get sent to collections. But I also have links right now on 12news.com for how you can file a complaint or find out if you qualify for other kinds of insurance. In the newsroom, Katie Wilcox, 12 News.
Katie, thank you. This story came to the I-Team from viewer tips. If you have a tip for this or any other story, contact 12 News at connect@12news.com.